So Tracksars is coming this Friday and another market crash is on the way. On top of that, we're going to be talking about everything that has been dropped in the last 24 hours. But before we do go and start the video, if you guys are interested, I do offer a daily subscriber training guide over on Twitch. All you gotta do is scroll down to the top link in the description and subscribe. You can subscribe for free with Amazon Prime. If not, it is £5, €5 or $6. In there, you'll get yourself daily updated trading guides. These include daily updated investments, daily updated silver, and shadow trading data. An investment we had recently that didn't do too badly was a Gokares we recommended buying when he was 62k, and this week we recommended selling him before he went out of packs at around about 72k, making around about 7 or 8k per card. We also had other really nice investments, such as recommending Diani at 145k. She ended up at 180k, so not too bad in about 72 hours. So let's go and talk about why is the market going to go and crash again this weekend. Especially as we don't have the Ballon d'Or promo. Well, it's for one or two reasons. One, we've got a Trackstar promo, and the Trackstar promo is giving us heroes. Heroes and icons replace a lot of players very easily in people's teams. And the second reason is we're only what, 15 days away from Black Friday. So if you don't know, Black Friday is the last Friday of the month, which means it is the 29th. And because we are so close to Black Friday, and Black Friday is such a big market crash in FIFA, there's always a lot of anticipation around it. And because there's a lot of anticipation, there's normally a lot of a lack of buyback, really. Now, I've had a lot of people join my stream and say, "Oh, Dan, when is the Black Friday market crash going to happen?" And it doesn't really happen like I think you guys think it does. As in, it's not like, oh, Black Friday's coming, boom, market's down 30%. How it actually happens is it's just the overall market is pretty regressive for about a month. So what do I mean by this? Well, we can see that Theo Hernandez, all the way from the release of FIFA, all the way up until just 2 weeks ago, was rising every single week without failure. Well, we can see as of November starting, which interestingly enough is the month of Black Friday, we can see that the market has now been regressive. So for example, we can see the first Monday or the last Monday of October, he was 445. Then the first Monday in November, he was down 30k. The second November or Friday, he was down, what are we looking at there? We're looking at another 50k, or 60k even. So what we can see from this is we can see that we've gone from the market rising each week to the market dropping each week. Again, we can go and grab Putellas. We can see, she stopped rising on middle of October, and then every week from the Friday to the next Friday, she went down 15k. Then the following Friday, she went down 150k. Then the following Friday, obviously she was used a little bit last week, she was down 20k. And this Friday, she's probably going to be down at basically another 100k. So what we can see is we've gone from the market doing nothing but rising, or Patella is nothing but holding, and now we can see the drops are getting pretty big each week, and that's because we're getting closer to Black Friday. Well, this is even more, I guess, prevalent maybe in the likes of icons, because icons normally outrise golds for longest. You can see that, the likes of Zola was rising every single week until the 1st of November. Well, we can see, by then the gold card's already gone down. But we can also see this happening with the mid-tier icons. Now, I did go research the top-tier icons, and it didn't affect them because I think they're a little bit too rare. But we can see right there, last week of October is when Javi peaked. We can see the following October, the following Friday, he was down 70k. We see the following Friday to that. Obviously, it's the weekend we've just had, but they crashed. But even up until the Ballon d'Or promo, these are, at least mid-tier icons are dropping each week. Again, we can see Sanchez peak there on the Friday, was lower the following Friday, and would have been naturally lower the following Friday, even without the massive crash. So we can see that, the demand for these cards is slowly getting lower than the supply, which means, these cards are dropping in price. And again, we can see this happening with Hamsich. We can see last Friday of October, he was 1.15. Then he went down 70k that week. And then obviously with this week he crashed, but he also would have probably been down about 50k nonetheless. We see this even happen with the cheap ones. I mean, it's more likely to happen with the cheap ones, but these obviously peaked kind of mid-October. First Friday to Friday, he then went down, I think it's like 10k. Next Friday, he was down another 10k, and obviously this week he has gone and crashed. Even out-of-pack promo cards, we can see have kind of been regressive. We can see Gvardiol, 1st of November, 46k. So then we can see right there, 1 week later, 41k. And obviously this week he's 32k. Obviously there are slight changes with, if there's a shift in demand because of, what's it called, like link investments or them fitting Evos. We can also see that cards like Adeyemi also seem to be regressive up until, of course, that was the Evo. But even then he still went and dropped here. I think this is again more prevalent with the likes of Eder Militao. We can see that since Eder Militao went out of packs, he's not had any weekend where he was more than the weekend before, apart from the recent one where he was needed as link investments to Ballon d'Ors. We can just see again every single week these cards are dropping, which is why we see a drop this week. I mean, even there you go, Tuchemeni. What can we see here? We can see obviously he had the initial rise, but after the initial rise, every week this card is just dropping. You can see that the trend is regressive. Same with Ronaldo. He's either been holding or dropping. And the closer we get to Black Friday, the more or the bigger the promo cards are, the more these cards are going to drop. So what does that mean we expect? Well, this weekend we basically expect the market to go and drop the same percentage it did 2 weeks ago. So obviously, I mean, if I go and grab like a striker, we're not expecting Sanchez to go all the way here from 580 all the way down here to 320. That's not going to happen because that was an exceptional sort of or a completely unusual trend, or abnormal trend, I guess, where the cards absolutely crash. But what we do expect is we expect to go and see the drop we saw 2 weeks ago, where Sanchez went from 640k down there to 560k. So I'd say we're basically expecting drops of around about 15% from what they are on the Friday to what they're going to be on the Sunday. So again, don't look at what we've just had, because obviously that was an insane market crash due to the Ballon d'Or, but expect these 10-15% drops because everyone is consistently changing their teams up now, and the demand for the supply to demand, it's higher in favour of the supply. So something like Hamsik, where he went from 1.1 million down to 1,040,000, expect us to go and see a 10% drop. He might go and get himself up to 900, but we should be back down at 810 on the Monday. Collar again, all you got to do is just look at what these cards dropped the previous week. So he went from 106 and he got down there to like 82. So go and expect a 20% drop on Cholera, because again, we're in the time right now where the market will continue dropping every week till Black Friday. Some people may wonder, well, what if I want to go and buy a card now and hold on to it all the way till Black Friday? Because surely if they rebound a lot after Black Friday, surely, sure I can just go and hold the card. Yes and no. Like some players you could have done that with, but not everyone you could have done that with. It was kind of quite subjective on who that worked with and who that didn't work with. So, for example, let me go and grab Centurion Jarzinho. I've had a lot of people this week saying, Dan, when should I buy the current promo cards? And I said, I just don't back the current promo cards. Right here we can see Jarzinho, was the equivalent of the current promo, and he just dropped all that time out of packs, and he didn't rebound until the 23rd. What's the relevance of the 23rd? Black Friday was the 24th. So right now would be the equivalent of you saying, okay, I'm not going to go and sell Jarzinho because I know he rebounds on Black Friday. You would have not sold him at 2.9 million. And he did, I'll be honest with you, he did get back up to 2.9 million. But again, I don't believe everyone of this price range hit this. Also, you could have literally sold him at 2.9 million, bought him back 2 weeks later at 580k cheaper, and then you would have made like 300k by just not using him for 2 weeks. I think if I go and grab Rashford, who again was an expensive promo card, where it wouldn't have favoured just holding on to them. And again, same promo. This is the equivalent of Centurions this year. Well, there we go. This is why you wouldn't want to necessarily hold on to the cards on Friday. I think there's more icons that held, because it'd be the equivalent of you holding on to cards here, and then Black Friday was here. You can see the card was just regressive. I'm not quite sure if Rashford got re-released or if he went and got something that completely killed the demand, but yeah, not really any incentive to go and buy stuff until Black Friday. And with Rashford, you can even see there wasn't even any guarantee that he did go and rebound. So again, when will this crash happen? It will happen between Friday midday through to Sunday evening with the Hero SBC. So that has been that. Let's go and talk a little bit about the stuff that we're going to go and, what we got yesterday. We're going to pick ourselves up a Centurion SBC. I'm just going to scroll out a little bit now. I think it's a little bit too zoomed in. We got ourselves Centurion SBC, same as last year. I think it gave more bronze and silvers this year. I think it only gave like 20 rare golds. People weren't a massive fan. As a result, Team of the Weeks didn't really rise too much. I think 83s went up a little bit. 84s might have gone up a smidge, but yeah, I mean, as soon as it was released, they went and dropped. So nothing too crazy on the likes of Team of the Weeks there. But, I mean, that was literally it. We didn't get any objectives, no evos. That's the only content we got, and people weren't a massive fan. So let's talk a little bit about what we're going to go and buy during Division Rivals. During Division Rivals, there's two sets of investments. There is one, gold cards that are in high demand, and two, the current team of the week. Now the problem with the current team of the week is there's nothing too crazy to buy in terms of investments. Like, a lot of these cards are SBC fodder. I mean, everyone on the bench apart from St. Maxim is SBC fodder. We then move on to the starting 11. Leon's SBC fodder, Di Maria's SBC fodder, Sapacosta's SBC fodder. Cucurella is a little bit more than SBC fodder, but I can't see him being much more than fodder once it's all sorted out. Frygang's SBC fodder, and that kind of leaves us with Hemp, who I'll be honest with you, I think is SBC fodder. Lavela, Bellingham, again, Lavela's very close to SBC fodder. It basically is with Lavela, Cateo, Bellingham, João Pedro, Sala, and St. Max. Now, the super expensive cards don't normally do that well, so I'd kind of cut Sala out of being a good investment, leaving us really with Lavela, Bellingham, João Pedro, Cateo. I'll be honest with you, Cateo slightly fodder, which then kind of leaves us with Lavela, Bellingham, and João Pedro. I think the best ones will be St. Maxim and João Pedro, with potentially Bellingham and Cateo. So João Pedro and St. Max would be the ones I'd look at buying. When am I going to go and buy them? Well, I'm going to go and track them after Division Rivals, and as long as they go and have a drop of around about 15 to 20%, I'll look at buying them when they stop dropping. I mean, have we already seen a big drop? Yeah, we've already 16. I need him at minimum 58. Yeah, I mean, I could probably go and buy him whenever he stops dropping with Div Rivals. He's already had quite a big drop there, and that's a good sign of him being a good investment. João Pedro, did I not get João Pedro up? Well, let's go and load João Pedro up. So again, the idea is if they have a big drop with Div Rivals, normally they have a decent rebound. So he's done 29 to 26, so you'd have to minimum go down to probably around about 23 to be something that'd be interesting. But there's the first set of investments I'll be looking at Div Rivals. The second set of investments I'll be looking at Div Rivals is going to be gold cards that have rebounded well since Friday. If gold cards have rebounded well since Friday, it shows there's really good demand, and well, we can see right here, we can see a great rebound on the likes of Nico Williams. Why is Nico Williams rebounded really well? Well, the reason Nico Williams has rebounded really well is since the Ballon d'Or cards obviously expired a few days ago, there's been a lot more demand for some of the striker SBCs, including Darwin Núñez, and including, if I can go and find him, Inaki Williams. And because a lot of people have been doing this Inaki Williams, obviously his main links are Unai Simon and Nico Williams, and he's had a really nice rebound. So I can see more people completing this SBC after Div Rivals, therefore increasing the price of the Nico Williams. But the Nico Williams should drop initially. Same with Chiesa. We can see Chiesa had a nice rise from 17 up there to 23 after people's Ballon d'Or cards expired. This is potentially due to some of the link investments to Darwin Núñez. The reason we know it is because of the link investments to Darwin Núñez is because all of Diaz's cards are up, including his gold card, where we can see his gold card has gone from 4k all the way up here to 7k. Since the Ballon d'Or cards ending. So other cards I'll be looking to invest in will be Nico Williams, Chiesa and Diaz, and I'll look at tracking them when they stop dropping. Regarding what leaks have occurred in the last 24 hours, obviously we got the current team of the week, but there was another leak with who's going to be in the promo. Apparently, the loading screen players are Ginola, Lucio and Theo Hernandez, that's no surprise. But there was one other player leaked, and that was Cordoba, a teeny tiny centre-back with aerial. So, yeah, that's all we really have regarding leaks of the promo team. Again, today's video, we're just kind of giving you guys a heads up that the market should crash Friday. Market should peak Thursday evening, Friday midday, and again, crash Friday midday through to Sunday evening. So just giving you guys a heads up, even though we don't have a Ballon d'Or promo, still expect to drop around about 10 to 15% just due to weekly sell-off and people panic selling their teams because of Black Friday. But thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.